What is a coronavirus? Coronaviruses belong to a family known as Coronaviridae, and under an electron microscope, they look like spiked rings. Researchers linked COVID-19 to a family of viruses known as coronaviruses. The virus circulates through droplets in the air spread by coughing or sneezing, and enters the body through the mouth, eyes, or nose. They cannot reproduce without getting inside living cells and hijacking their machinery. The spikes on this virus help coronavirus bind to cells. It can remain on surfaces for hours to days and may be able to enter the lungs directly when inhaled. After entering the body, the virus spreads to the back of the nasal passage and to mucous membranes in the throat, attaching to the body's cell receptors. The viral particles hook onto the outer walls of the host cells. The virus's genetic material breaches the cell membrane, and then it hijacks the cell into making more copies of the virus. The virus copies proliferate, break out of the cell, and infect other cells in the body. A single hijacked cell can create millions of copies of the virus before it dies. Typically, these types of viruses are found in animals ranging from livestock and household pets to wildlife such as bats. When they make the jump to humans, they can cause fever, respiratory illness, and inflammation in the lungs. People with weak immune systems, such as the elderly or those with HIV/AIDS, are the most vulnerable to the disease, and risk of death is higher for them than the normal people. Its symptoms appear 2 to 14 days after exposure. According to the report, there can be many symptoms caused by this virus, such as fever, dry cough, fatigue, kidney failure, diarrhea, and shortness of breath. In severe cases, the viral infection moves from the nasal passage and throat to the lungs, where it can cause pneumonia and lead to death. Wuhan, where the outbreak began, experienced the worst of the initial outbreak, but appears to be getting things under control, whereas huge, unstoppable secondary outbreaks have appeared in Europe, US, and South Asia. Corona has now become a major pandemic, spreading to almost all major countries on Earth and forcing them on implementing complete lockdowns across their nations. About 1.5 million coronavirus cases have now been reported worldwide, with almost 100,000 deaths, and the numbers are still increasing rapidly. All humanity has now come together and forgotten their borders to fight against this deadly virus. While we are busy fighting it, our Earth is now changing and healing itself. Due to less human activities, there has been a significant noticeable decrease of air pollution in countries where lockdown is implemented across the world. Air quality has improved drastically in the cities of China and Italy due to decreased particulate matter in the air. Air pollution causes around 8 million deaths worldwide because it damages multiple organs in the body and can even cause cancer. It may sound strange, but the global coronavirus pandemic has saved more lives than it has taken. A significant decline in air pollution has now been reported in China, where the first cases of coronavirus were identified. It has been estimated that around 77,000 lives were saved in China due to reduced air pollution. Human activities have been brought to a halt due to this pandemic. Factories and industries are shutting down, which has led to rapid reduction in carbon dioxide emissions. Roads are now completely empty, which has led to a large reduction of nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, and other air pollutant gases emitted by cars. Satellite images have shown how the decline in manufacturing, commercial, and transportation activity has reduced atmospheric nitrogen dioxide, NO2, levels first in China, then in Italy, and across the world. This is the first time we have seen such a dramatic drop-off of harmful greenhouse gases in the atmosphere in such wider regions. Due to large parts of Italy on lockdown, there is less traffic and human activity, and the canals of Venice have become much clearer to the point that the fish inside are now visible. These canals used to be very murky before due to the boat traffic. But researchers have warned that this change is just temporary, and things will get back to the way they were soon after the virus is gone. This pandemic only showed us that it's possible to control the upcoming destructive climate crises, which is a much greater threat than coronavirus. The virus is taking the world by storm, and it has proven and showed to us the damage we have been causing to the Mother Earth. Coronavirus seems like a vaccine of humanity, and Earth is trying to wipe off the virus. It seemed as if this mysterious coronavirus pandemic was some kind of warning from nature to humanity, and to show them how ill-prepared their world is for such disasters.